Hello, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Dr. Butler's Group Therapy with Nurse Alex. I'm Dr. Butler, and I'm joined by my sidekick, Rockin' Fly Kicks, Alex Alchemy. How you doing, Alex?
Pretty well. I literally just got done doing a bunch of chores. We literally don't have a name for this yet, but we're just in a fucking we go live kind of vibes, you know.
Listen,
we'll just make it up as we get there.
We're like share minus one name. Okay, so today we're with the Fraud Crew, two of the founding members of Fraud Crew, Frank Pasta, Dank Pasta. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good to hear. And Flynn Jew, how are you?
I am doing all right.
Excellent. So tell us, how did the Fraud Crew start?
Street Fighter the movie.
All right, next question.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, okay, drop that title now. Play the credits. Yeah, it's actually. Go on.
No, I was going to say that's it. Just Street Fighter movie, not even the game, just the movie. It came out.
Yeah.
Boom. And
What, back in the long before of 1994.
Jean-Claude Van Damme happened. That's why.
That's true. The stakes were
But for
high.
realsies. But for realsies, like, how did the Fraud Crew start? Like, tell us, like, your humble beginnings.
Well, I'll tell the beginning and Frank will tell the end, I think.
Sure.
Whichever you want.
Because there's going to be a part where it's like, okay, I should not be talking. Frank knows better. But Street Fighter the movie, for real. At least in my eyes. I was really fascinated by that game. And back when me and Frank were first starting to hang out and all that, we lived in different states. We would talk like we're talking right now. And I had like this sick fascination with this game, and it wasn't like today where you could just pop on Fightcade and play something. Emulation wasn't there yet. Online stuff was really hard. So I had never seen this game out in the wild. I have never been able to play it. And I think Frank had a semi-similar story. Like maybe he played it once or twice. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But we had started kind of like, how can we get online and play this with each other? And we had done it originally just like, haha, funny, dumb game. Like a lot of people do, and we loved it. And it had gotten to when MagFest was a thing we started going to. We find out you can run tournaments at MagFest, and we were like, why not? Let's do it.
We do have to remember also the legendary machine, the Omen, the first MagFest we go to.
Oh, yes.
Walk in the arcade room. Directly in front of us is a Street Fighter the movie machine on the corner, like perfect.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that was the first thing we saw when we walked into the arcade space at the first MagFest we went to.
Yeah,
Like-
nobody playing it, just walked up, started going, and then, honestly, once I found out that Bison could shoot lightning out of his hands, it was all done.
It's like divine
Yeah.
intervention. It's like it's like a scene out of like a 90s teen movie.
It kind of
Yeah.
is now that you say it. I forgot about that. Yeah, the first MagFest we went to, we just went for a day just to walk around and hang out. I had just moved to the area, and Frank and I were roommates, and he's like, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. We kind of got hooked, and the next year we found out about you can run a tournament. And it was like, it was incredible. We had people who had never heard of the game before just walk over and try it, and they were having fun. People who were like tech experts and secret wizards were just like, no, trust us, this game cooks. Like, and we were still kind of approaching it as kind of like a funny thing at the time, but we were kind of, we were in love with it. And seeing all these people come out like, no, let me show you what this game does. It was so eye-opening. And then kind of after that, we were going, we had some other friends get involved, and we were noticing a little bit of, because we're all single random people wanting to do tournaments, and we're not like a group. Like we're not like an esports group or a famous thing or something. If there were things like limited space or not enough extension cords or like one thing ran late into another, we were kind of getting the short end of that stick. So it was kind of like, hey, if we're all doing this stuff and we're all together and we put a name on it, we put a group to it, we can kind of finagle that a little bit. I could make it sound like we're a bigger thing than we are and see if we could get a little bit of a better treatment. And then from that, it just actually grew into being like a real fucking thing.
Which is kind of like how, I mean, a lot of stuff starts like that. Like fucking, I think like Gynax was originally just some fucking like anime club or something.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, exactly. The Hidekiano Gambit, I guess.
Yeah.
Like at the
Or like in
beginning,
software or something.
Yeah,
like
rare.
I was really being scrappy about it. I was like, oh, someone had camera footage and it was a 4K camera. let's get in touch with them, and whatever they filmed, we'll take it. I think Frank sent the tournament to Shoryuken, and they threw it on the front page. And I grabbed all this stuff and was just like, look, no, we're an established group. You might not have heard of us, but trust me. Like, I started sending them emails like, look, if you just give us what we need, it's going to be great. And then like,
we were on event hubs back when people gave a shit about event hubs.
Yeah, you know how it used to be. Like, you send an email to somebody, and if they think it's newsworthy, they post it.
Well, I know, actually pretty funny, honestly.
Yeah. Premier fighting game websites hosted us on their front page. You know, I'm wording it like that.
I mean, that's at least back then. That's how you know, like, holy shit, we made it. Like FGC mainstream, essentially.
There was no feeling cooler in the beginning from seeing like a tourney that we threw that Frank edited and put together and had uploaded that was on that front page with people seeing it.
Yeah, no, that must have been a very awesome and inspiring experience. Where it's just like, damn, people actually like this. We should do more of these, honestly. Like, it's a very awesome feeling.
At least for I don't want to speak for everybody, but I felt kind of hooked.
Yeah.
And I was like, it is really cool that people are coming out and enjoying this game that we are also enjoying. The more people that are playing it, the more people are figuring things out. Like, there was discussion, people were making friends. It was so amazing to have that over this silly game.
We met Aaron through Street Fighter the movie.
Yeah, Aaron came and hung out, and yeah, we met a lot of people from that. Some of our best friends.
Honestly, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, I was just going to say from that, it started being like, you know, other people would be like, hey, I want to run a 20 for this or that. And so it stemmed from Street Fighter the movie. And next thing we know, we're playing all these games we would never have really messed with or known about normally. And it was kind of a similar story. Like, this stuff is great. And it's so great to be able to show people this.
It's honestly like a domino effect. Like, you first heard of Street Fighter the movie, which is very obscure. It has this reputation like, oh my god, this game sucks, you know, shit like that. But then you met like a lot of people who'd be down to play this, like, actually take it seriously, and, you know, form a community. And since you mentioned Aaron, like, because of that, you started playing like other obscure fighting games and not that people has heard of, and that's basically the birth of the foundation of the Fraud Crew, if you think about it.
Well, there was
absolutely.
You know, yeah, there were games like some of them we knew about, and it was kind of just like, haha, shitty game, let's play it for laughs, and other games where it's like, is this game really shitty? But that little piece,
like we ran Shaq Fu.
Yeah, like
yeah, that game sucks.
Timeless classic.
But what like running into like Aaron and Dragon Charles and people like that, and they were like, no, like, look, there's actually shit under the hood. That was like a whole revelation. And then at that point I was like, you cannot just say a game sucks. Like, you got to actually try it out. Like,
yeah,
even if the game doesn't work as intended, that might be part of the magic.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big fan of Jank. So when I first met you guys, my impression of your group was more or less digitized sprite fighting games. You know, you have you kind of had an emphasis on that with like survival arts and battle monsters and stuff like that. Do you think that's kind of like an offspring, like you use like Street Fighter the movie as like a jumping point that kind of like pushed you in that direction? I
think that kind of happened by accident, because what it was, Survival Arts was the first one, right? And Dong Dong?
Yeah, Survival Arts like was always kind of in the mix. Just like, I had actually, this is way back in the day. I had streamed the first thing I ever streamed, and I should have kept up with it. Actually, let me go back in further. I was on YouTube back when, like, the video time limit was incredibly small, like when the AVGN was starting.
9
I was
minutes.
putting shit up. I just never stuck to it. But, like, the same with streaming. This is, like, when Justin TV was a thing. I was streaming Survival Arts on Ustream on shitty stolen Wi-Fi to, like, the members of a random gaming forum that we were both on.
Oh yeah.
So I had already known about Survival Arts before Street Fighter the movie. I had no idea how to actually play it or anything, mind you, but like, Survival Arts was like, after we had kind of had the rehabilitation and actual discovery of what Street Fighter the movie is, rather than just the meme, I had thought we should probably look at Survival Arts next, because I did the same shit to that game, and lo and behold, that game fucking rules.
Excuse me. Yeah, like, I remember this is kind of the part where I you know, ease off and Frank can tell more of the history, but that first SawCon, right when COVID was going on, That was
Yeah.
a lot of digitized stuff, if I remember. Because like the first in-person thing we did was, believe it or not, it was Street Fighter and it was JoJo. And we did a lot of Super
damn.
Nintendo games. and
Heritage?
whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah,
Heritage.
HFTF.
So when we got to like when SawCon started, and then like that was like a nice roster of digitized shit, like really cemented.
Oh yeah, could you explain what SawCon is?
So
SawCon these nuts,
SawCon. What'd you say?
I said SawCon these nuts, Alex.
Ah, fuck.
All right,
Got
that's
him.
the end of the. All right, that's the end of the fucking thing. I'm gonna send these
Everybody.
to 3 hours of North Korean TV. Take care, y'all. Stay safe.
Yeah, Alex
Right.
is just gonna end his podcast halfway through the first episode.
I mean, hey, at least it's not the Paddington incident, but I won't reiterate further.
Alex, I love how you just make up these like weird, ominous sounding things.
A lot of people died that day.
Yeah.
It's true.
By the way, what Melon, if you're watching this, fuck you.
Oh, that
This
sounds
guy is so
scandalous.
fucking scary.
So the origins of SawCon, which I want to reiterate, it was like the old timey joke. You guys actually made it a thing. So how did it happen initially?
Yeah.
So everything involving SawCon, like as far as the branding and shit goes, just start like I was like, we can't do MagFest this year. It's not a thing. It's not happening. MagFest was doing their own digital thing, but it was kind of weird and fucked up, and also like it didn't have any space for us. So I was just like, we have all of the technology to do this. Why not just put on a digital version of what we did at MagFest? And it was simple as like, and then I needed a name, and there's the SawCon. Like, have you been to that SawCon gag? Like, it was obvious to me. And Todd Howard was literally just a stupid Photoshop I had made, and I needed a logo for what was at the time a planning group chat that turned into the Fraud Crew Discord. Because I don't usually do calls. I would just make another Discord because they're more flexible.
I kind of love how a lot of the branding of the Frog Crew just came out by I had a thing laying around and needed something. Like the Frog Crew guy on the logo, like that's just the Fighter's Edge dude.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I had like a logo for like a little YouTube thing I was gonna try to do and never did, and it was Frog Crew, and I was like, oh fuck it, just slap a logo. We need that right now, and then it stuck.
Yeah, for a certain set of people, they're gonna when they see that guy in those old Capcom games, they think Fraud Crew first.
yeah.
Every time I try to play a Dreamcast game, I get like Fraud Crew jump scared.
Yeah, I was like, damn. When they started selling games? Damn. Okay.
And this is how when Todd Howard learned of our logo and we got to meet him, he told us how he used to work at Capcom.
Yeah, famous director of the EX games, Todd Howard.
Yeah, I heard originally they wanted to get Kiyu Nishimura to do the Skyrim box art, but he declined.
His loss.
That actually would have been pretty sick, though.
Yeah.
Like, not even as a joke. Yeah, Todd Howard, it just that kind of worked out because like it's an obvious shitpost that makes no goddamn sense, and I think that given how everything these days is, I'm going to sound like the world's oldest man here for a second, but like everything like pop culture wise is just fucking smashing characters into each other, like Fortnite or that Warner Brothers Smash Brothers thing. So we just slammed Waluigi into Todd Howard, and fuck Todd Howard. He sucks. He's like the avatar of what's wrong with the game industry. I also
Honestly,
found out that he
true.
apparently doesn't program things. So cool.
Yeah, we basically appropriated Todd.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
sort of
say
anti-Todd.
The anti-Todd.
The fraudulent Todd.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what's with the obsession with Todd Howard? I'm guessing it just came in at random, like, you know what, fuck it, Todd Howard sucks. Let's just put him in like a Waluigi outfit and call it a day. And it just basically became, I think since SawCon 3D or like SawCon 2, like it basically just became a character in its own right, basically.
Yeah, kinda.
Because you have Todd Howard, and then you have Todd.
Well, so SawCon 2 like was a celebration of like, hey, thanks community. So all of those Todds were Todds that Frank made all year for Fist Fight in a movie.
Yeah,
Ooh,
back when
yeah.
I used to fucking Photoshop a Todd per game. I should do that again.
Yeah, get
It was
back into it.
awesome. There was a Todd for every game, and then a T-shirt with the Todd on it.
Oh my god, that just reminds me, I need to buy some of Butler shirts.
That's right, friends and enemies. Come on down to the Butler Boutique here at butler-boutique.creator-spring.com. Once again, that's butler-boutique.creator-spring.com. We've got all your fighting game apparel needs. We've got Photoshop JPEGs of characters I don't own the intellectual property rights to. Buy yourself a The Worst of Guys t-shirt. Wear it in public. Have people ask you, what the fuck is the worst of guys? So come on down to butler-boutique.creator-spring.com.
Yeah,
Congratulations, you've achieved native advertising, boys. First step.
Hell yeah.
The greatest thing in the world is having the Worst of Guys shirt on and people being like, what the fuck is that? And I explain the whole thing to them and they just stare at me.
Oh my
I
god.
love it.
Hearing the when Joe was like on stage at fucking Combo Breaker, and like the announcers are like, what?
Yes.
What is that on his shirt?
My girlfriend asked me why I was wearing a Luigi shirt that was purple. I've had other people where I was like, let me tell you about John Handgun, like at the bar, like.
Wait, so you not only had to explain what the fuck was on your shirt to your girlfriend, you had to explain the concept of Waluigi.
No, well, yeah, like I was like, he's like evil Luigi, but Todd Howard.
Oh, so she did not know about Waluigi, essentially?
And then the next question's, who is Todd Howard, right?
I think she knew who Waluigi is. I don't remember the exact because I was kind of stoned, but just the idea, like, why are you wearing that shirt? And I was like, let me explain the whole backstory of this thing.
So listen up, here's a story about a little programmer that sucks ass, or I don't know.
You did it. You did a great job.
All right.
But
yeah, SawCon 2 was essentially, holy shit, SawCon 1 was way bigger than I thought it was. Fucking, like, this became a thing. There's an actual community here where there wasn't. Like, thank you to everybody for fucking making it awesome. And then we, SawCon 2 was even fucking nuttier than the first.
Yeah,
and
got a friend in me, Todd's story.
yeah, that thing. Fuck.
It gets wackier each edition of SawCon as God intended, by the way.
Excuse me.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, go on.
Wild.
So you guys have any announcements you'd like to make today?
Well, I mean, we're of course doing another one. That goes without saying. It's going to be around the same time it is. And then we also have in the works another 24 Hours of Frauds, which is the racing game thing that we did probably about last year at this.
Yeah, that was November. Yeah.
But yeah, look out for that. And yeah, we also have upcoming, as far as like stuff actually on the calendar. There's our Fraudoween, which is going to be a weekend of horror movies and Halloween-related stuff. We're going to play Terror Drone 2, finally, which we didn't end up getting around to.
When is that?
That is November 1st through 3rd.
Yes.
That's not Halloween.
Yeah, I love celebrating Halloween after Halloween. Hell yeah.
It's not Halloween, it's Fraudoween.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's an original holiday. Do not steal, Alex.
Okay, now I get it.
Anybody out there who plays Reign of the Legends, if you are a Sasquatch player, you need to come out to this bracket and fuck the whole thing up for everybody. And if you are not a Sasquatch player, you should play Sasquatch and then join this bracket. You're making me want to pull that up and mess around with it now that you said.
And
you know. If you don't, you'll die.
Yeah, so Fist Fight in a Movie, which I think it originally had like the fucking title of like Saturday Nights or something.
Yeah, it was Saturday Night.
That was bad.
Saturday Night Fights.
Yeah, that's a name. That's a name.
I was like, SawCon, never mind. But yeah, that's basically just I wanted to have regular Street Fighter the movie monthlies, so that was part of it. And then I was like, I like movies. I like all of these weird, obscure things that don't get popped by the copyright filter because they're too obscure for anyone to care. Shit that's like, if it's on DVD, it's still a VHS rip. that kind of thing. And, you know, you have like Mystery Science Theater 3000 or that TNT Joe Bob Briggs stuff, where it's like late night movie type deal. I thought that was cool. We also ran like a bunch of games other than Street Fighter the movie at this point, so I thought it would be cool if we had a series where we could run more varied stuff, and we ran like a different game every single one, and we haven't repeated yet, I don't think. There might be one or two exceptions to that rule, probably more during the holidays than anything, but and I think we're you know, we had a special one Friday a couple weeks ago. We're gonna continue with that. 𝒟𝒻𝓉𝓁𝓈's kind of gonna be fist fighting the movie too as well. Like, you know, I always kind of bundle the holiday stuff in with that. But I think as far as fist fighting the movie going forward, it might be less tournaments and more just inviting game communities out, like to just like kind of have a casual and have like a few members of that community on commentary to tell us how the hell do we actually play this stuff, because in a lot of cases I am not the smartest fighting game player, I'd say. like I don't have that dog in me like a lot of people do for actually understanding tech and shit. I just like playing video games, so I'm not the best person to showcase what a game can actually do. Which is what the draw of the tournaments was, because you would get to see very high level play of these games, which I always appreciated. But I feel like it's time to educate people, kind of spread it around. You know, we've already been doing that with the One Must Fall lobbies, and like we've been trying to do that more with Street Fighter the movie. And you know, we should make these communities bigger. We should show people that you can play stuff that isn't necessarily new or in the mainstream.
Yeah, kind of dispel some of that "this game sucks" rumors and stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
because it's kind of what happened with Street Fighter the movie. Like, we thought it was a joke, and then we started like seeing shit, and we are like, wait, like this is like an anime game. Like, I like Marvel. This is kind of like a fucked up Marvel. Like,
Honestly, I guess you can kind of consider like that initial MagFest tournament with Street Fighter movie kind of like your awakening of, I guess you could say, actually appreciating your media aside from like face value and actually going deeper into it, trying to understand it, you know, not just for video games but also for like other types of media like movies and such.
we find like so many cool things. Like the thing I love about Fist Fight in the movie, like the movie gets paired with the game sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually like my favorite aspect of Fist Fight movie. I actually always look forward to them, and I'm like, wow, this is a unique concept. Like, you have two brackets, you know, one for a random game that they choose, you know, usual Street Fighter the movie that deserves more attention, and then we just end things up and just chill out with a movie. And I just thought that concept, which is very, very unique on its own right.
It's really fun trying to come up with the pairings.
Yeah, definitely. I fucking we watched Battle Tanks and paired it with or watched Battle Tanks. We played Battle Tanks, the most recent one, because it was. I was like, I'm back after a while because we've been on hiatus due to life shit. Let me just chill out with some N64. No one wants to actually fucking have a tournament of this game. Let's just play it.
Honestly, I feel like that's kind of base because it's with brackets. There's kind of a bit of stress of like, oh, I gotta get first place. But here, you just like you try to understand the game, to have a good time, just press some buttons. Basically,
yeah, it's a more relaxing vibe. It's more akin to an arcade, you know. You're just doing like
you
free
get more
play,
time. You
just fucking
get
around.
like to understand things, and like you have space to fuck around that a bracket doesn't give you.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. Plus, it's much
But yeah,
more
we
easier
paired that
for-
with
sorry.
some Italian post-apocalyptic movie. That was a fucking
Oh,
trip.
God.
Yeah, I gotta catch that VOD. So, like, we discussed your short-term plans. What's long-term? Like, where do you see the Frog Crew going long-term?
I would like to do more video content. Like right now, I have a VOD backlog that's so bad I should probably just declare bankruptcy and just like from now on upload them. But there's a treasure trove of stupid shit that we could like pull out and, you know, just cut the dead air out basically, and then we'd be golden on it, and those would be funny. We could put those up. I want to do more weird shit with like the more experimental stuff that we do with SawCon. Like honestly, kind of not even necessarily video game related stuff, just kind of more like art collective shit. Games are always going to be involved, especially fighting games, but like I just like to make things. I would like to continue doing that. I have plan to continue learning Blender more, and eventually I want to. I've had an idea for a video game for a long time that I've wanted to make that is like a convenience store simulator type thing, but not like in the traditional sense where you actually simulate how a convenience store works. It's more like, I don't know what genre you would call it. Like, is if slice of life but surreal is a genre, like kind of like a fucking like a visual novel, but not really. Just a thing where weird shit happens that we can jam a bunch of like stuff we already do into it.
Like inside the Fraud Crew universe, essentially.
Not necessarily just Fraud Crew stuff either. Like there'd be new stuff in there. That, like Frosty has already come up with some like art, and so has Min, and like we've fucked around with the idea. I need to get back on the horse of actually making the engine. But I decided to switch to Godot after the Unreal guy was like, oh yeah, we want Unreal Engine 6 to be a metaverse where you come with all your friends from Fortnite and NFT crypto, blah blah blah.
Are they actually doing that? Because
yeah,
Louise, dude, that's
I remember that one trailer for like Metaverse where they're like, "Guess what's coming to Metaverse? Legs!" And I'm like, "What do you fucking do, bro?"
Thank you, I was gonna say Zuckerberg.
Thanks, thank you, Mark.
You gotta uplift people.
Yeah, true.
So they got legs. They went out and finally got them. That's a good.
Yeah, they went to the leg, arm, and neck store.
Yeah, they went down to the local leg, arm, and neck store, and they got themselves a deal on legs finally.
Yeah, went to Limbs R Us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zuckerberg for not only inventing Facebook, but also inventing legs and feet. You love to see it.
Hey,
yeah,
Zuckerberg, finally a feet guy. But fucking, I think if you look at like something like say like the SawCon, how they do the schedules, or we had the stuff leading up to SawCon, like the pre-show. And you see, it's always different people doing different things. Like that, we had musicians, people just putting up video content that we'd play like a video somebody edited in the middle of brackets and stuff. So it wasn't always just running fighting games. And everybody had different talents in different ways, and they were able to find a way to showcase them for these events, whether it's graphic design or art or even music and whatnot. So that's kind of like what this game feels like to me when I've heard it spoken about or talked about it. It's people who have all these different talents and things, and they could all figure out a way to showcase that together in one thing.
Yeah, it's like, it sounds like a multimedia thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's less of an online bracket or event. It's more like an online convention, if you will.
Cons are like that. When you go to a real one, well, not a real, like an in-person one, it's all these different types of things. An artist alley, Star Trek bridge crew simulators, a guy who thinks he's the Joker that hangs out outside doing tricks and smoking blunts. Like, and that's what this kind of stuff is.
I'm not saying that it's going to happen this go around, because honestly, like the dumb shit that happened over the summer with my house knocked me on my ass, basically.
Yeah.
But like, I want to do a live SawCon at some point. It wouldn't be anything too huge. I think how I would go about it. There's like a local place that like we're in good with already. Due to Aaron having connections to like more of the local scene around here, but like they rent out their space. It's a fighting game like venue anyway. They rent out their space for X amount of money. But I'd probably like rent it out for a day. I have an insane idea where I could use like Raspberry Pis doing capture to be able to flip between areas where people are playing stuff without interrupting them. Like you wouldn't have to wait for like a video synchronization or anything. Like I wouldn't be actually cutting into whatever's playing the game, but cutting into the video signal that the Raspberry Pi would be getting regardless. So I'd be basically like, I would session into the Raspberry Pi that's already showing what's going on. But I need to like, prototype that out and shit. So probably the next one, or the one after that. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, SawCon Live will happen. I figure beyond that, I'd like to go out to Combo Breaker again. That was really fun the last time.
Yeah, no, Combo Breaker this year was a fucking blast.
Yeah, are you thinking of going to anything else other than Combo Breaker, like ECT or something like that?
Yeah, I might, maybe, if it's in the cards, I don't know. I'd have to, first figure out where stuff is and shit.
Yo, it was super cool seeing Street Fighter the movie at Combo Breaker.
Yeah, it's surreal.
Here's the thing. I think this was also during like a time where there was like a bit of controversy. I think when they first announced the Marvel collection, you know, when people say like, "Oh, you know, you could just play this on Fightcade," they need to realize none of this would have been possible without Fightcade, and it's still, I still can't even believe it. Like, we went from Fist Fight the movie, you know, just a bunch of friends just playing the game and just talking shit and having a good time, to this, to Combo Breaker, and I still can't believe that was even a thing. Like, he somehow made it
shit real easy. Like, no configuring Chimera port forwarding on your router shit. Just, okay, I gotta play Street Fighter the movie. I dare Capcom to re-release that game in a collection.
They won't because they're cowards. They're not ready.
Yeah. Go ahead, release Street Fighter the movie in one of your collections with a good training mode and with online play. Let's see what happens.
You know what I'm kind of afraid
While we're at it, put Mega Man in there. Let Alan Noon finish his work. God damn it.
Yeah, Dimitri.
Noon back.
In before, the one thing I kind of fear, in before, they're like, okay, you know what? We're bringing back Street Fighter the movie, the game, and it's just a fucking console version.
Put the two of those together and sell that as a bundle.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe like mix them together like a definitive.
Yeah.
Or maybe do like a director's cut, like a definitive edition of never before seen content. Like, I don't know. Add Uriers for some fucking reason. I don't know.
Call it the.
They have to have footage. Like, we've seen photos. They have to have like archival footage of that capture process and shit. And I would love to see it.
The Capcom Tuesday collection. It's beautiful.
The Tuesday collection, and it's just
on
those
the
two games.
Easy money, easy marketing.
Dude, I think that's how you truly get rid of the allegations. Like, oh, this game sucks. When like the big name FGC heads were like, oh wait, this shit's actually dope. Actually, what the fuck? This shit I thought. And that's how world peace happens, people. Street Fighter the movie.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
allegations.
honestly, real talk. If SVC Chaos can get a re-release, maybe it's in the cards.
I think the only thing stopping it is probably likeness rights.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that and who was the company that made the game again?
Incredible.
Oh fuck! I knew until you said it. Sorry.
Incredible
Technologies. Yeah,
Incredible Technology. They might have to like hire them back on board because I don't know, dude. Is it like they still have the rights to that specific game, or
I'm pretty sure that Incredible Technologies did the work for hire for Capcom, but like it might just be down to all those actors and shit. You would have to like find them, and Capcom is a company that doesn't like to spend money.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julio, Kylie Minogue. Oh yeah, go.
If I have to, HD like Street Fighter 2. Remember when they did Super Turbo and the HD version? They had the udon sprites. Everybody hated it. Do that for Street Fighter the movie. Motion capture new people.
Oh my god!
Yeah, get the cast of Legend of Chun-Li to do it.
Oh no!
Oh god damn. No, I think they're not even gonna do Street Fighter movie. I think they're actually gonna do the long-awaited, like, actual fighting game adaptation of The Legend of Chun-Li, and it's gonna feature the fucking C-section scene.
Oh man, I'm so amped for Street Fighter the movie, the game too, The Legend of Chun-Li.
That's gonna be so ass, dude. It's not. I don't care if the gameplay is gonna be good, like Street Fighter movie is. I'm gonna call it ass because of that one scene from the movie.
We heard you, folks. Here's Kristen Krew as Chun-Li.
Yo, it has been wild watching the tier lists of the game. When Chun-Li was garbage, and now people are like, "Oh fuck, you're picking Chun-Li."
We saw over during Vortex Gallery top tier Cammy play from a Japanese player. I believe his name was Waifu. Mm-hmm. And that was fucking nutty.
I can only imagine where this game will go as it continues to get played.
Yeah, no.
People actually figure shit out again.
What I really hope for this game is I really hope that, especially because of the combo breaker and we do like more offline events, like this inspires more people to actually run this game more in their offline scenes. I guess the only issue is for running it at the very least is the only I guess you could say easier way to run it at offline events is through the FB emulator, like through a computer. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, the arcade board that the game is under is not supported by Mister as of us recording this. So
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
surprising.
your
Get your shit together, mister.
your main takeaway from this whole thing should be, one, play Street Fighter the movie, the game, and
Definitely.
two, take it to your locals and make other people play Street Fighter the movie, the game.
Yes.
Actually, can I say something now that Frank and Flynn are here? Because
Yeah,
the
what up?
thing was, I remember it was, I think it was Tech Hit for one of Jen's bi-weeklies, which is currently on hiatus, but she did Street Fighter the movie, right? And I was playing it, and I was on a VC in the Puerto Rican FGC server. I was there with like, a bunch of my friends, talking about stuff while I was, locked the fuck in. I had to take on against Joe. And this was also during the time where I had to convince him, hey, you guys should play this game. This is actually really cool. Like, I don't know. This game kind of looks janky as hell. But then Joe hit me with one of those batshit insane ball rock combos where you continually just juggled your ass.
Yeah.
And everyone freaked the fuck out. On VC, I'm like, Alex, what kind of game is this? Oh my god. They were bizarre. They were bewilderment. They were kind of horrified.
Alex, the correct answer to that question is a masterpiece.
A
Yes.
masterpiece. And I'm not done yet. Then, and I think the next day, we went to our local, which is kind of a hangout. There's no brackets or anything. But then this person, she came up to me and she told me, Alex, I played Street Fighter the movie. I get it now. I get it now.
I understand.
I understand now. This game's combos are actually sick. What the fuck?
I love when people realize that. This is a game, right? I kid you not. It has 3 fucking alpha counters that are just forward and a button. So if someone's pressuring you, you just bop them back, start your own fucking combo off of it. Air combos, fucking footsies in midair. Amazing.
It's an anime game without being an anime game, honestly.
If that game had push blocking, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like some sort of weird precursor to the more frenetic Versus series games.
Yeah.
It has setups off of throw escapes where you throw somebody knowing they're going to just flip out because it's easy to do, and then they land into an unblockable. It's a fucking crazy game if you fuck with it.
Yo, Ram.
Yeah, no. You just gotta get rid of this motion. It's oh, this game looks cheap. This game kind of sucks. Go to training mode if you can, or versus mode or whatever. Press some buttons, practice some combos, and I think guaranteed, your mind will change.
I would also be remiss to not mention, we might be the main people trying, pushing it in NA, but as far as Street Fighter the movie heads, Latin America and Japan already have us beat. The folks over at Mikado have been playing this since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts to them.
Honestly, speaking of LATAM, though, I want to give a special shout out to Marco, though, who's aside for me, the one other Latin American representative for this game, because he has been he has been kind of winning tournaments in this game for a while.
Marco's a beast in this game.
Yeah, no, they are. I think I remember this one time I somehow beat them in bracket and I popped the fuck off. I'm like, holy shit. One thing to keep in mind, though, that there's a lot of very awesome, talented players in this game who really took the time to, not only, getting better with the game and getting good bracket results, as competitive people do, but also advancing the meta and discovering new shit that we haven't really seen before, which still goes on to this day.
And we definitely have plans to, make some of the knowledge more digestible. In addition to, I know Aaron's working hard on fleshing out the wiki. In addition to that, we have in the works some, just character introduction videos, a how to play thing, stuff to get you started.
Joe's been doing the casuals, right? They've been grinding shit out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which used to be called the Street Fighter the movie, the casual, which we always started out with Street Fighter the movie, because I was I know you guys were play all types of games, so I always considered Street Fighter the movie the official game of the Fraud Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't even front. It's absolutely that.
The flagship, yeah.
It's gonna be great when this wiki and stuff are there's info on them now that's really good. Aaron's been grinding that out hard. We
Not
didn't
a
used to
live-
have that, so that was always like, oh, here's a Google Doc, here's like a Twitter thing. Having all that in one spot, it's like, yeah, you hit that wiki, you're gonna start finding some stuff out, and it's gonna be cooler to see some more of that stuff get worked on.
Oh yeah.
So we have off the top of our heads, what do we remember the tier list looking like from start to finish now?
Oh man, I don't even fucking know at this point. Let's see. Because we had, like, there was a Zangief in that tournament, too. That tournament had, like, a crazy character variety. Puma's still pretty firmly S tier. I want to say that Bison hovered around A or B. Ryu was A tier.
Yeah, Ryu won the first
Amy was
one,
C,
right?
but that's probably old info. Vega was C. Basically, everyone was C tier except Sawada and Zangief.
There was
But,
a
you know,
wild-
that's that is also just the back of the napkin. I'm probably incorrectly remembering shit, so don't take that as gospel. Just play who you want.
Yeah, because, like, if I remember right, I think a Ryu won the first one, and a Zangief was fucking people up hard. And then we
Yeah.
had that whole, everybody was terrified of Boxer Spree. And then the Sagat Infinite, well, not the Infinite, you know, the crazy juggle with the uppercuts. And then for a while it was, is it Boxer or Sagat? And then, like, Chun-Li was fucking normal, then garbage, then really good. Like, where are we at now with what's the top now? Even if you're not playing, because you should play anybody, but... Like, is Blade still up there?
Still Akuma, like
Still
that's
Akuma?
that tool set's gonna be real hard to beat. Sagat definitely up there. I mean, I like Bison. I think it's time for the Pax Bisonica. I think that there's like especially with like scissor kick mix-ups, like with the different strengths. There is so much stuff that you could do with that shit that, like, honestly is being left on the table right now by me because I lack the execution to do it, and other people, like, I'm the person who focuses on Bison because I'm lazy and refuse to learn more than one character per game.
Guile was strong for a while, too, so it'd be funny
Oh,
if
Guile
Bison,
is, like, Guile's also S tier. That's, like...
if Bison came out and shocked the world and dethroned Guile, that would be fun.
I feel like Sagat's up there.
Sagat's up there, yeah.
Sagat's scary as fuck.
Yeah, I've
You want to
seen.
fuck around, play low effort, get real cool shit going, you play Sagat in the beginning. Just jumping heavy
Yeah,
kick.
yeah.
That is like the ultimate to me. Like, it's a character that has like a low floor and a real fun ceiling.
Mhm.
Like, if you could just jump and abuse heavy kick, slide heavy kick, he's got to slide for some reason.
Yeah,
Like,
stick
you
out the
put-
mighty foot.
Yeah, you put pressure on people, standing heavy. And then you're like, nah, I got this. You start doing the fucking tiger uppercuts in the knees. That shit all chains into itself.
Just
Yeah.
Tiger Knee, like Blade's also great. Just Tiger Knee and Bowie knives all day.
Oh, yeah.
Those two characters are very fun for different reasons. Game's got something for everybody.
Yeah, honestly, if you're gonna play this, if you're looking for even more of an excuse, like, and first off, the established Street Fighter characters can all do nutty shit. Ryu can control where his fireballs go. Ken is just in custom combo all the time, basically. But even then, like, beyond that, you have Captain Sawada in his only appearance, I'm not counting the console version, in his only appearance.
Yeah.
And he's, like, nutty, jumping around, fucking hitting people with fluorescent light bulbs. Or you have Blade and the other Bison troopers who are, like, under secret code. Blade's the main one. I can't think of another Street Fighter character that really plays like him. Like, he has, like, almost a fucking SNK feel to him. At least in my opinion, but,
Yes.
yeah, very cool stuff. Like, that's
full
something you're not going to get anywhere else.
Blade has full screen control depending on where he jumps when he throws the air knife. And then he has cross-ups that can go into fucking command grabs. You play that character however the fuck you want. You zone with him, you go in, you play defensive, poke them with the taser. Never seen a character who could just do whatever they want like that.
Yeah, like, there's desperation moves, speaking of SNK shit. Like, if you get into danger mode, every character gains access to a move that's probably broken, especially in the case of Chun-Li with the birds. Just, the game's impeccable. Like, I can't say that enough.
There's something for everybody, no matter how you want to play something.
But yeah, you know, I guess the last thing we have to do is, like, fucking, you know, shouts to the fucking Fraud Crew as it stands, and I'm gonna actually pull up the fucking staff list here so I don't forget anybody, because I don't want to do that. But yeah, going in alphabetical order. Shouts to CH Bad Dog. Shouts to Dr. Butler, who's right here.
Oh no.
Shouts to Flynn. Shouts to, I'm just gonna read his fucking name, hazelnut spread plus garlic bread. That's Ed.
Nice.
Shouts to Roman. Shouts to Aaron. Shouts to Joe. Shouts to Melly. And shouts to our newest member, Jack.
Ooh.
Shout outs to you.
Aww.
Yeah, here's to everybody who has helped make this thing a thing throughout the years.
Hell yeah.
It's been years at this point. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, you know,
That's fucking good shit.
before I let you guys go, I want to backtrack a little. You did mention you're interested in branching out into like other projects. I don't know if I should mention it because it's not up right now, but you did have a multimedia project, Frog Crew TV. You want to divulge in that a little bit?
Oh, right. I wanted to ask that as well about Fraud Crew TV.
Yeah, I got a new Twitch. Let's go.
Fraud. Yeah, Fraud Crew TV was our showcase of just stuff we had made, stuff we hadn't made, music we liked, that kind of thing. The music we liked part really bit us in the ass. Mm-hmm. Because Twitch microwaved every single Discord account that was ever related to it, basically.
Twitch account.
Yeah, Twitch account. Yeah, they microwaved the Discords too. They just fucking got in there.
Damn, they're not powerful.
They sent the sleeper agents to stop the grift.
And that's how the Fraud Crew died.
But it's gonna come back at some point. We're looking into we were looking into YouTube, but they copyright pop the VOD, and there's no way to turn VODs off. We're looking into like other more obscure streaming shit, or like ways to self-host that won't completely destroy me on bandwidth. But we'll figure something out.
Maybe create your own like website or streaming service, I guess you could say.
Fraudflix.
Fraudflix. Oh my god. Yeah, no, but I honestly can't wait to see like what this iteration of Fraud Crew TV will definitely look like. Cause I really liked it because it's like one we could just put in the background while you're doing something else, like cleaning your room and such.
Wait, Alex, I got it. Fraud Plus.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Fraud
Prime.
Fraud Prime.
See, even when I said streaming service, I guess that could also count to like, live streaming services. So with this, you can make Twitch and kick like fucking bankrupt, dude. 100%.
Exactly. We'll kick their ass.
The Twitch alternative for Crew TV.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
And it's just people playing Street Fighter movie, which is pretty much like a good ending. You love to see it.
Eggs of Steel on the PS1.
Hell yeah.
Or even better, Dino Rex. Competitive Dino Rex brackets all around the world.
Egg Mania.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that for GameCube? That egg puzzle game, like Egg Mania or something?
Oh, I've heard about it, yeah.
And anyway, alright, so Frank, where can we find you guys online?
What the fuck is this URL? I'm on Blue Sky. I did not come over. I came over right before the giant exodus of people, and 𝒟𝑜𝒸𝓉𝓁𝑒𝓇.𝒠ky.social, I guess, is the full URL. They need to shorten those somehow, but yeah, that's where I am. If you just search DankPasta, I'll come up. Yeah, also at twitch.tv/DankPasta2099. You have to put the 2099. I want the DankPasta original username, but like, there's a Twitch account that has nobody on it, and I don't know when that shit expires. So until then, twitch.tv/DankPasta2099.
That guy's just sitting on it because he wants to hold it for ransom.
Yeah.
He knows how valuable the Frog Crew brand is, and he's gonna extort it out of you.
I will give you upwards of $12 for that account.
Exactly. How about you, Flynn Jew?
Oh, you can't find me. I'm in the wind.
Oh yeah, he's off the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm out in the woods somewhere chopping logs, waiting.
Yeah, right. You're in your porta potty in the cabin in the woods right now. That's where you stream this from, right?
Yeah, I can tell where he's at. He's in Antarctica. Don't worry, he'll be fine.
Yeah, true. Yeah, okay. Watch out for the thing.
Unknown.
Actually, no, my bad.
If the blood starts to smolder when you drop it in the petri dish, he's the thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to clarify one thing. I was wrong. He's not in Antarctica. He's actually in Butler's favorite place, South Georgia, in the South
Oh,
Sandwich
shut
Island.
the fuck up, Alex. All right.
I am everywhere at once.
All right, so once again, we were joined by the Frog Crew, Dank Pasta, and Flynn Jew. I'm your host, Dr. Butler. You can follow me on Twitter at Butler's Revenge or Blue Sky at Dr. Butler. I also stream every Sunday at twitch.tv/Dr. Butler. Alex, where can we find you?
No problem. I'm gonna be more active on Blue Sky, thankfully, because Elon is a stupid fucking cunt. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Oh,
He's
hell
just
yeah.
a pussy ass bitch. Put in Alex Alchemy. You'll be able to find it there with either a Mei Lee or a John Talbane profile picture. You can also find me on Twitch as well. I stream tournaments and all that stuff, but again, want to see more information from me, just find me on Blue Sky.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday. Adios. All right.
Take care, y'all. Stay safe.
Bye.
Storm, wiping it calm, strong force like population across town or island. I survived as a street soldier and stayed silent forever. Because of that, now my life is much better. This is making history, the age will tell you much better. Who's best in the challenge can really blow up your spot. Mix a little cap corn with T.O. what you got.